like she has mentioned?
Of course, of course. Look, let me just tell you, and again, please, I'm not an apologist for the Afghan Taliban, but, I think we need to look at the larger picture over here. For example, violence against women has increased tenfold during, the so-called period of democracy in Afghanistan. So to say that violence against women or the suppression of rights against women, it's not just limited to the Taliban rule at all. Number one. Number two, of course, a fair amount of suspicion does come when it comes to the Afghan Taliban. They cannot be trusted simply because of their previous policies towards women. But the fact that, if we see when the ceasefire took place during the past, last year, there were 3 days. Women interacted with the Afghan Taliban. Women questioned them and said that, you can no longer use violence as a means to achieve your political means. Similarly, you have seen women interact with the Afghan Taliban on a number of track 2 talks, initiatives, and you had, for example, members like Fawzia Kufi who were in the Moscow format and again made it very clear that women's rights will not be compromised. Now, when we come to the Afghan Taliban, they also know that they cannot operate the way they used to, say, a decade ago. Afghanistan, not only women, but the Afghan society has evolved despite the violence. Afghanistan is a different ballgame now altogether. People will never accept the Taliban and the rule that they had a decade ago. And I think the Afghan Taliban are very conscious and wary of that. And that is why you see now statements coming from the Afghan Taliban where they talk about human rights, they talk about nationhood, they talk about the role of women, and they say that, women are entitled to work, they're allowed to choose their future spouse, they're allowed to inheritance, and they've even said that, we will even accept a female prime minister but not a president because of the constitution.